welcome to my channel and happy Halloween or Samhain. In this video, I want to show you a ritual that I'm going to do for Samhain and how I involve my familiar and past animals and past familiars during this time of year. So Samhain is the first resting festival of the year on the Wheel of the Year. Now the growing and the harvesting festivals are complete. This time of year is considered a resting time of year. And Samhain is usually celebrated around the same time as Halloween on October 31st. The vibe is all about celebrating our intuition, our ancestors, and those that have passed. Magic is often thought of as the season of the witch, and it's also in Scorpio season, and just celebrating our final harvest, everything that we've manifested over the year. It's also about celebrating the darkness as we are now entering the colder and the darker months with a lot less sunlight. It is also the time of year to really remember and celebrate those that have passed and loved ones that are no longer with us. This is because it is thought that the barriers or the walls between our world, the physical world, and the spiritual world are very thin right now. This time of year is also thought of as the beginning of a new spiritual year. It's a time when we can look at our shadow work and really turn inwards, which is what we will be doing for the next month or two. Some things that you can do to celebrate this time of year is to have a bonfire, so to bring some light into the darkness, to connect to and to communicate with ancestors and past loved ones, to host something called a dumb supper, which is inviting ancestors to join you to eat a meal and leaving a plate out for them or some food out for them while you eat, or just leaving a chair or a spot at the table for them to join you during the supper or the dinner. It's a time to drink really warming beverages like teas and ciders. You can take a walk and just observe the changes in nature, how the leaves are falling or changing color, and how there are less plants, there's less growth, there's less green, and how the world around you, the nature, is changing. This time of year, you start to eat more root vegetables and more grounding foods, heavier foods, and it's a great time for spell work or magic that focuses on banishing, endings, or releasing. I would like to invite you to join my Facebook group, Living with Familiars, where I will be posting a 7-card tarot spread to do for this time of year that incorporates all the energies that are going on during this time. It's something that I'm going to be doing on the 31st, and in the Facebook group we can talk about the cards that we pulled and help each other interpret the cards if needed, or just share our thoughts and the messages that we have received. During this time of year, our intuition is heightened. We often find that we are more easily able to communicate with our guides or spirit and our ancestors and loved ones that have passed away. And this does include our familiars or animals that are no longer living with us that we once shared a life with. I have some previous videos including a meditation for connecting with past pets, so I'll leave those links below. But I want to share with you a ritual that is perfect for this time of year for connecting with a past familiar or a past pet. This can be done anytime in October or early November. All you need is hot water, a mug, tea of your choosing, but I suggest using tea with any of the following ingredients, which is lemon balm, rosehip, honey, or cinnamon, and to use loose leaves if you have these available. Sage or Palo Santo or something to cleanse the air and the items that you will be using, a small cloth bag, a photo of a pet that has passed, mugwort if that is available to you, and pen and paper. This ritual is best done just before you go to sleep. So light the sage or the Palo Santo or whatever you're using to cleanse and purify the air and the energy. Brew your tea. As you make the tea, breathe in the steam, the vapors, and the smell. Slowly drink the tea and think of your pet or your past familiar that you would like to connect with. Look at their photograph, think of some memories of them, and just enjoy your tea and think of them and how you feel when you were with them, some activities that you two liked to do together. If you were able to use loose leaves, once the tea is finished, take a picture of the photo in the remaining leaves in your finished cup. You can look at the photo now or save it to look at in the morning. When you're looking at the photo of the leaves, what do you see? What images do you see? What do the leaves remind you of? How does what you see relate to your past pet? What messages are you receiving from your past pet? There's a lot more to reading tea leaves, and there's a whole process that you can do, but I think just being open to receiving a message, and since you really focused on your familiar or your pet during the time that you spent drinking the tea, whatever you see in the tea leaves or the images that you see will be a message from that animal. If you do read tea leaves regularly, then do your regular process, whatever you do to read your tea leaves, or feel free to do some more research and really get into it and do the whole official process. I like to take a picture of my cup because then I can look at it in the morning for this ritual. But really do whatever feels good to you or whatever you are used to. This is just an outline, and make these rituals your own. After you have finished your tea, taken your picture or interpreted the messages and the images in your leaves, in a small cloth bag, add mugwort and lavender. If you don't have mugwort, just add the lavender or a lavender essential oil. You can put a dab on your pillow. Repeat to yourself, while these herbs may enchant my sleep, may I connect to and receive a message from, and then your pet's name. Put the small bag under your pillow or next to your bed as you sleep, or just use the lavender essential oil. Make sure that you can smell it as you are falling asleep. And right before you fall asleep, focus on your intention to connect to your pet. So maybe just say to yourself, I hope to receive a message from your pet's name, or think of your pet as you fall asleep. Keep a pen and a paper beside your bed to write down your dream in the morning or anything that may have come up during your sleep. And in the morning, this is again when I like to look at the images that were maybe in my tea and see if I can see anything that became more clear to me during my sleep. I hope this ritual was helpful and gave you some great ideas, and that you were able to connect to a past pet or your familiar in a way that you may have not before. And enjoy this time of year. Let me know in the comments what you do to celebrate Samhain or this first resting season of the year. I would also like to invite you to join me on Patreon, where I have another ritual and another activity that you can do for this time of year with your familiar that involves your current familiar, and you can receive messages from spirit animals and a collective tarot reading for the members each month. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.